Hey guys, Jeffries here, and welcome back to the Jeffries Network on OpenTTD. Wow, that was a really loud introduction. Sorry if I just burst your eardrums there. What are we doing today then? Well, we are going to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, basically. As per usual, there's no real set plan for what exactly is going to happen here. We're sort of going to make it up on the fly. I'm going to slowly go around and try and get these town sizes back up. That is a priority right now. There we go. As long as one building appears, that's fine. And then if we can bring more passengers in, that will improve it. By the way, if you're wondering what this is, this river, that's giving the game away. If you're wondering what this gap here is, that's going to be for a river. Guard Lake is okay. I think, though, it could be made a little bit smaller. And in fact, one of the things I wanted to do was use St. Thomas here as like a London Bridge type thing. Maybe having some of these platforms carry on and terminate at St. John instead. Not 100% on that yet. But actually, St. John is also going to be the location for one of our bits of work today. We're going to do some more building work on this main line here. As with the last map, St. John is probably going to be the first proper mainline terminal to actually get serviced. We have got trains running in and out of GSG, of course. In fact, there's one stuck here for some reason. Why are you stuck here? Better question. Why are there freight trains? Why are there trains in the freight depot? That is not good. What's going on here? Supposed to be going into here, aren't you? If next order is GSG Superb. Ah, ha ha ha. Did I change that? Not really sure what's going on there. Also not really sure why these windows have decided to mess themselves up like that. If anyone knows what that's all about, do feel free to let me know. Yeah, I've no idea what's going on with these trains. Actually, tell you what, the first thing we're going to do today is we're going to come over to here and we're going to fix our metro problem. Well, it's not really metro, you know what I mean. We're going to fix the problem that we have here. So, let's start by getting rid of this, like this. We'll also get rid of that bit like that, and we'll also get rid of that bit like that. Now this is actually going to go over, not there, sorry, it's going to go like that. And then we want Dutch platforms, no, buffers, that's what we want. And we want the wraparound buffers, there we go. Get rid of you. Let's do drag and drop. Attach that on like that. Okay, good. Now, actually, have I done that wrong? I might have done that wrong. Let's have a think about this, shall we? What's annoying is I think I actually need one more platform, but it's a case of where to build it. I think it'll probably work best if I built it here. So let's lower all this down, like that. That all goes in like that. That one goes back there like so. This one goes back here like so. Like that. And then that one is cut back. That one, oh hang on. No. Oh yes, that one's cut back. Like that. This one though remains like that. Okay, so we got one there like that, and then we got one there like that. That should work, I think. And then we need to put a crossover in like so. I think that works. I'm really not sure right now. Dutch platforms. We need one of you. We need one of you. We need benches. And we need the bridge. There. Alright. Let's try this again, shall we? So let's go in here. Guard City Metro. We'll just put the new one in now. Circle line. I don't know. 6. Let's say. Let's just put S for Steam. And then 6. We're going to have lots of different classifications depending on the type of service. Right, now we need the train. We'll use the IVET for these because it's all on the flat. Okay. Brake. No, I don't want corridor. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there is a little bit of first class at the end. Right, so passengers will go with chocolate and cream. Male. Actually, no, we'll do maroon. We'll do maroon for Metro. Again, look, these windows are the right size. I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Anyway. Right, so you're going to go into here. And then you're going to go here. 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 All of these ones. Like this. And then you stop here, and then you go back. Right, now one of the reasons I think we should fill in some of the lake is I don't feel like we've got enough cross-town transit going on at the moment. So I think the way we did the last city with the City Connect services, I think we're going to have to do something like that again, just to make it work. Which is a bit of a pain, but actually I think it'll work in our favour in the end. I keep saying I think a lot, I'm sorry about that. I think a couple of east to west lines coming through. We've got the centre rail one coming through here again. But I reckon another one that goes up this side here as well might work. We have got the loop, which we can integrate into perhaps north-south services, a bit like in real life. We've definitely got that over here. Both these ones here are connected, and in fact you can get a train that goes through this station here and then goes round the loop here and then comes down this way, and it will actually join up with the main line over here somewhere as well. So what I might do is this metro line, I might connect up to this little section here, run it through the tunnels here, and then have it come over and connect up with the DC lines here. I haven't decided fully on that yet, so don't quote me on that just yet. Right, let's get this train running, shall we? First of all, this is no loading, no unloading, because it's the depot, which I should probably name that actually. Wrong button. How did I even get that wrong? So this is Prinley Metro Train Storage. Let's just call it. Okay, that's fine. And then down here, this one here is no loading. And this is service. Timetable wise, we want it all to be 250 except for this one, which is going to be 1500, and then this one here is going to be 500, and then the next cent mark transfer, which is here, is also going to be 500. And then the one at the end here is also going to be 500, because we might as well keep this one consistent. In terms of the speed limits, they're all going to be 25, apart from this one here going into the depot, which is going to be 15, and coming out of the depot is going to be 10. Right, final thing to check and change is these. So you let's see, you are the copy of this one. Got it. Okay, and this one here, let's do a little, see, that's going to come under there like that, and it's going to come up through there. So what I actually need to do is here, put that in like that as well, just in case. We've got an exit coming from the depot, we've also got an exit coming from that track there. Probably should do the same thing on this side as well then, just in the interest of keeping things uniform. So this one here is just deny, but then if entry direction is from the front, then allow. There, because this one is the one that's in charge of that. So this one, we'll start with the deny, but then if next order is here, or if next order is here, then no, not else, remove that, allow. Now fingers crossed that works. I've no idea. Should also do above this if oh, that's annoying. Right, hang on, start again. Right. If entry direction is from the back, then if next order is here, or if next order is here, then allow. Okay. Now we've got to do this side. Luckily, the majority of this is already done. If next order is St. Mark, then no, not penalty. How do I keep misclicking? Allow. There. Now, in theory, this should work. I'm going to change these as well. So we'll start with deny, but if entry direction is from the front, then allow. Okay, and then this one is going to share that one. I'm going to remove all of these and do a share again. And a share again. Right, let's find out if this works. My money is we're still going to have to make tweaks. I think the OR if feature doesn't actually work properly still. That's my fear. I've no idea if that is actually the case or not. It's an assumption. But that is the feeling that I've got. I just don't get why these windows have gone like this. It really isn't good. There must be a way of resetting that somewhere. I've probably clicked something accidentally and not realised. So that's one task done. As I say, we'll keep the train up here in this window, in this corner here, making sure it works properly. Population of St. Mark's just jumped up to 10. Population over here is at 34, which is very good. As I said, this here is going to become a river, so we're going to make it feel like a river. This bit here is going to be a bit of a problem, actually. Let's see if I can fix this real quick. So that's going to come through like that. What that means is this bit here and this bit here are going to be cut off to allow for a bridge to span the water. Let's go for something old. And there we go. Right. So this river is going to carry on down this way. So I'm pause this while I do this actually. It's going to come down this way like this. It's going to carry on down this way like this. At this point here it's going to narrow down to probably 2 wide. We're going to remove this tunnel as well, because it's going to get in the way. Like that. This is going to be replaced by a bridge. Like so. Now at this point I'm a little bit stumped. So what do I do here? The guess of mine, I keep pausing it. It's a natural impulse for me just to pause the game at this point. So you will have to bear with me when I do that. Right, something like this perhaps, and then this is going to come to here, and this is going to come to here. We're going to need some bridges there, there, there and there. This is going to carry on through like this. Let's see, we'll make these trusses because this is the high speed. Whoops. Actually, yeah, viaducts will do fine. And here we'll have girder and girder. Right, now at this point, that is going to go in like that. That's going to go in like that. That's going to go in like that. We can keep that as a signal, but whoops. Downgrade it to just a normal signal. That's going to go like that. Going to put another bridge across like so. And another bridge here. We use the really slow girders for this. I wish there was still a wooden bridge variation. That's the one sort of complaint I have, is that we don't have those anymore. Which is partly my fault, because I did replace them. But at the same time, I miss those bridges. I think they were cool bridges. And there we go. Now, this will be a path signal here, which does mean that actually that needs to be moved back one. We'll say to there. Alright. Okay, I kind of have an idea as to where I want this to go. So we're going to get rid of them. I'm going to get rid of that. Let's get rid of... Right. This road here is going to have to go. And so are all of these roads here. I think. Maybe not actually. Let's see. Lower all this down to about here, and then lower all this down like so, and then all of this bit like so. Yeah, that'll work. All of that like that. This road as well needs redoing. That's going to become a new bridge there. It's going to become a new bridge here, and then we'll have a few bridges that will go across like this. Now at this point here we of course need the rail to come over again. A bit like that. Looking good. And again we'll just keep it cheap and cheerful. Now this allows us to run more ferry services. In fact, that is a question that I got after the last episode. Someone asking about, will there be boats running through the city? Yes, there will be. I don't see why there shouldn't be. And the name suggestions as well. Actually, that's something else that I wanted to bring up, was the name suggestions. I asked you guys if you could help me with some bus station names, and you guys did not let me down, so I really do appreciate that. There was some really good names on the suggestions. There was one in particular. I'm sure you know who you are. And normally I don't go for parody names and things like that. But I saw the one that you put, and I liked it so much that I think actually I will be using it in the city. So I'm sure there's a lot of you that are sort of curious to know what this stop name is. Once I've finished faffing around with these, I will show you, because I thought it gave me a nice laugh, let's put it that way, when I was reading through the names. There's also some other really good bus stop name suggestions, and in fact there's one town name suggestion that I really liked as well. Someone suggested that I call one of the towns Hatfield Town after the FM series that I'm doing. I think that's a really cool suggestion, so I'll definitely be taking that on board. Whether that becomes a suburb of Guard City or not, I don't actually know, but it will definitely be appearing in the city in the future, or in the world, sorry, in the future. So thank you very much everybody for your suggestions. As I say, they're really cool suggestions. I think actually this should go back to 3 wide down this little stretch. Does mean we've got... Actually, no, we will have room for buildings. What am I talking about? We will have room for buildings, because they'll just spring up on the banks. Yeah. Okay. So, let's open up the name suggestions, shall we? There might even be more since I last looked. If that is the case, then that would be brilliant. I was sort of, it was touch and go as to whether I was going to do this naming idea, but actually I'm a big fan of it now. You guys have taken to it really well, which is always very beneficial. I'm actually going to unpause this. We're going to see if this train works. I mean, so far it's working, so that's good news. It's whether it actually goes into this right platform. Oh, it does. Well, that's good. That is very good news. Okay, so picking up from where the last ones were. So Portstone is a town name suggestion. That's from Reedy Reed. Hatfield Town was suggested by James Moten. So those ones will definitely be used. Railway stations, we've got Stillington Station. I'm assuming there should be a town by that name as well, otherwise it wouldn't really work. Guard City Central Exchange, George De Silva suggested that one. Guard City Riverside as well, also George De Silva. That's pretty much it for the new railway station names. Okay, bus stop names, it's very full now. So we've got Bankside, South Bank, Woodside, Victoria High Street, Lord's Lane and North Square. They're all suggested by George De Silva. And then we've got Anderson Square, is it Rubringer Square? I'm assuming. Halliday Circus and Portston Road, they're all from Reedy Reed. Plus the parody one, Let's Be Avenue. I think that's, I mean, that has to find its way in somewhere, doesn't it? You can't not have that in the city. As I say, normally I don't go for parody name, but that one is too good to turn down. So Let's Be Avenue will be appearing in the city at some point. We've also got Canal Street, St George's Square. They're both suggested by BNSF and SP. No, sorry, Dunchie Way and Canal Street are both suggested by BNSF. And then we've got St George's Square, Cuttington Place and Leapside. And he laughed at me when I tried to pronounce his name before, but Gert, those ones are your suggestions, and they of course will also be making their way into the map. Most of these will be in Guard City, I should say. And in fact, since I've brought it up, we might as well start working on it now. So, we have this big river. It's currently filling up down here. Now, is it a river or is it a canal? That's the question. That is the question, and it makes a big difference depending on which one it is, because Canal Street is one that I really liked the sound of. I just realised actually I could link these two waterways up here. That's something I'm being really attentive to now, is waterways, because we never really exploited them in the last map. I kind of did a little bit of work off camera with that's petrol station. I did a little bit of work off camera with oil tankers and things like that, but never really showed you guys on screen what it was I'd been doing. So I think we should work on that a little bit more. Kind of, we'll focus on trains a lot, but we'll also focus on other forms of transport, because it's only fair. I'm still also up in the air as to whether this is going to work. So let's see, we got this one and we got this one. Next order is St John, then allow. If next order is St John Waypoint, that's the one that doesn't really work out for us, because the waypoint is there. So I'm not 100% sure if this is going to work properly. The other solution to that, of course, is build an extension down here. Instead of having a signal there, have that as a new track, and then have waypoints under here instead. And then split it that way. Actually, no, I don't even need to do that, do I? If I build this up like this, and then lower this down like this, here, and here, like that, get rid of this bridge, get rid of this tunnel as well, like this, and then get rid of this here as well. This will be the new... I need to get rid of that waypoint first. That's fine. Now if I pop this in like so, Yeah, we'll go with tied arch. Why not? Just check. I'm going to put another signal there, just because. Alright, there and there. Get rid of them. Move them to here and here. Alright, St. John circle. And we'll just leave that as St. John waypoint 2 for now. Alrighty, so this is going to be deny. If next order is here, then allow. This we're going to copy from here, but we're going to change this to this. And there we go. Let's change this as well so it matches. So let's see. After St. Thomas Valley, you're St. John Valley, right? Yep. So in this gap here, you go via circle. That should fix that problem then. Fingers crossed. Who knows? Who knows? Also, something else I should mention. We're renaming these bus stops, but actually, the way I'm going to do it is some of these are going to be metro stations with bus stops attached, or tram stops attached. That's going to be my like little cheat. So this here could be like, actually no, that's not good. Very bad example. I need to build a canal for Canal Street. Really, that would make more sense, wouldn't it? But ones like this. You actually haven't got a... Okay, let's just focus on the ones that have got bus stations attached. So this is a good example here. So you are going to be Anderson Street. Right, and next to this, I'm going to fill the cell. I'm just getting it up on my laptop because I can't really do it that well on my phone. That's the beauty of Google Docs, is you can pretty much use any device for it, but some are better than others still. Right, remember Jeffrey's network ideas list. I like the way that you guys are actually using the cell next to the username for notes as well. It's something that I sort of forgot to put in, but I'm glad you guys have picked up on that, because that does make a huge difference. Because it means, like, if you have any notes about what you've done, I can read it, and that actually makes a big, as I say, big difference. Right, so the ones with a black square next to them, to the left hand side of them, are ones that have been used. And that's so that I don't accidentally use the same name twice. So this one here, St. John Valley, doesn't really cut it for me. I think we need a different name. So this one is going to be I think it's going to be Bankside. I think we should have Bankside. For that one. Because it's right next to the river. This is actually going to become a little hub as well. More on that in the future. Let's see. We've done a couple on this side of the city. Let's go over to this side of the city now. I'm liking the look of Lord's Lane. So we're going to use that one as well. Right, I think we've got to put Let's Be Avenue in today, haven't we? So let's see, where have we got a big station? Actually, I think this isn't going to be Let's Be Avenue, but I think we should rename this one. So I'm going to do that really quickly as well. Actually, this is going to be Bankside. Go put G at the end of it for now. This over here is going to be it's going to be Leapside. Yeah, I like that. So Leapside has also now been used. Cuttington Place should be the next one. I like the idea of it being here. These are awesome names, guys. As you know, I'm terrible with names, so I'm really pleased that that you guys have jumped on board with this. I want you people to be involved. That's why I do it. I like the idea of people getting involved and being part of. That's gonna be one of my own division. I don't know. Portston Road. That should be near a port, really. So let's imagine. Yeah, hang on. I think here. This will be Portston Road. Yeah. Also, I've just realised these should be current order. So actually the little misclick I did at the start was correct. There we go. Right. So Portston Road has also now gone. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm terrible at names. So I'm really glad that you guys have jumped in and helped out. Halliday Circus. Again, that sounds like a big interchange type station. So we've got this here. Should we call this one Halliday Circus? I think we should. Why not? So let's mark that one off. Right, Let's Be Avenue. We've got to put Let's Be Avenue in. Let me just find a good spot for it. It needs to be on a pretty damn straight road, doesn't it? In fact, one of the things I wanted to do was build an A road running somewhere around the city. I think we should put it on that. Like, have two bus stops right next to each other, on one going in one direction, one going in the other. And that will be Let's Be Avenue. So I will leave that one for now. North Square. That should definitely be used. I'm forgetting which ones have gone. It needs to be on the north side. Establish that. This here could be North Square. Actually, this will be Bartholomew Square. North Square doesn't necessarily have to be in the north of the city, I suppose. That's GSJ. Can't rename that one. There are actually less metro stations than I thought. Maybe this should be North Square. Lord's Lane should get moved. Actually, this could work. This could work here. North Square. Like that. And then this could be Actually, if this is North Square... No. That's a dumb idea. North Square's gone anyway, so I'm going to take that off the list. We also need St George's Square. That probably would have been a good one for here. Well, I mean, St George's Square could be the name of this area. If I... No, that's just... See, I'm getting lost now with my own ideas. Sort of running away with everything. Alright, this will be St George's Square. No, it's too far from St George. Alright, we're going to have a new bit. Going to have to extend the lake down here, and then we'll have a new station called St George's Square. Or a new stop called St George's Square. Means this bridge will be... That's the other thing that I'm not keen on, actually, is the viaducts are fine, because viaducts tend to be quite long structures, but these bridges here, they're never this long. They are never this long. So that doesn't really work for me. We'll have to change that. What was the one I was trying to put in? North Square. See, I'm not 100% happy with it being here. I'll leave it there for now, but I think we should come back to that one in the future. And I think actually for now, actually no, we've got a few more. Woodside, Victoria High Street. So we need an area called Victoria. I like that idea. And then with Victoria High Street, I think actually over here would be a good spot for Victoria. So it's going to be medium, Newtown. Oh really? It's too close to St Peter. Whoa, that's huge. Okie dokie. Right, well this is going to be Victoria High Street. Yeah, that came out a bit bigger than I thought, actually. 1,000 people living in Victoria already. Whoa. Right, so Victoria High Street is gone. So that implies that this tram line here goes through Victoria High Street. This will probably become... Victoria Overground. Real life Victoria doesn't have any overground stations nearby, so obviously it's got the main line, but that's not overground. So it's good to make that difference known. I like the way it's sort of reshaped the grid slightly here as well. But wow, that came out a lot bigger than I thought it would. Also need to rename this station. Nice and simple. Okay, so what was this? This is Bankside, isn't it? So we might as well have a little small town called Bankside. And pop that in like that, I suppose. That works for me. Only got 12 people living here, but that will of course increase over time. Okay. So that's something else we should do really, is put in some small towns like Leapside here. New town. Stick that there. Again, we'll go through and delete the excess roads. So what else have we got? Was this one named? Yeah, this one's Anderson Street. We're not going to name a town Anderson Street. Woodside. I liked the one Woodside. So I think we need like a big forest area. And that will be Woodside. So let's see. Over here is actually not a bad candidate. If I call this Woodside. And we'll have a like that maybe. They're all slightly offset, but I don't mind that too much. And then this little town here, instead of Fenningworth Falls, you could be renamed Woodside. I don't know if anyone else has this, or whether it's just me, but I have this real tendency sometimes. I know exactly what I'm typing, but I press the keys in the wrong order. Does anyone else have that problem, or is it just me? It can get really annoying though. South Bank. That's another one that I liked the name of. So this one here, St. Mark Valley. We could rename that South Bank, and then maybe even change the layout here of the lake so that it is more on the bank. Or, so again, that's Bankside. So South Bank. I mean, South Bank doesn't necessarily have to be around this area. If I put a new river coming through here, we can have a South Bank over here somewhere maybe, or somewhere else. I think that should do it for the naming for now. I think the next focus should be watching this train and making sure it actually completes its journey properly. If it does, then fantastic. If it doesn't, then we'll have a little bit of work to do. But I don't mind doing that off camera. And with that, actually, I'm going to end the episode here because we've been going for 47 minutes now, so I think it's a good time to end it. So once again, guys, thank you very much for your name suggestions. Keep them coming in though. Don't stop now just because I've started using them. We need more. We need railway station names for the overground system. We also need railway station names for the metro, which will also tie in with bus stops. We need loads and loads more bus stops. You can see there's loads of bus stops in between all of the metro stations as well. So keep those suggestions coming in. Whatever the suggestion is, actually, focus on those two ones if you can, but also town names, because they can be used for areas of Guard City as well. Region names. The only one we've got with that one so far is Greater Guard City, which was kind of an obvious one anyway. Airport names, they will be handy for the future. Shipyards will definitely be handy for the docks for when we start our water taxi services. Have I missed any? I probably have, actually. I can see there's some people on here at the moment, actually, which is awesome. Spread the word as well. Let people know about this series. Let people know about the naming suggestions. I want to get as many people involved with this project as possible, so don't be afraid to let other people know. But until then, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series. Drop some comments down below with ideas for future episodes that are not associated with names. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, then be sure to hit that subscribe button. One thing I forgot to mention actually is my my uni schedule is pretty much done for the year now, so the summer is just starting to open up, so the upload schedule will become more like it was last summer, so almost daily videos. I can't promise daily videos just yet, but when I get the time I will try and do daily videos, so do be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you have done so, then of course thank you guys for your continued support, and until next time, I will see you soon.